George Strait, renowned as the king of country music, is considered one of the best acts of recent times. One of the most respected musicians of all time, his unique voice, songs, and authenticity have set him apart in the music industry. After 30 years of providing great music, he retired in 2012. However, the future holds something new for the Strait family, which is exactly what we all expected. Let's explore the life of the musician first. George Strait was born in 1952 in Paille, Texas, to John Byron Strait Sr. and Doris Jean Kerr. He was raised in Peel, Frio County, southwest of San Antonio. His father was a junior high mathematics teacher and rancher on a 200-acre ranch outside of Big Wells, Texas. The family helped out at the ranch every weekend and summer. In the 4th grade, his parents divorced. George and his brother John Buddy Jr. were raised by their father for most of their youth. Strait was ranching with his father and older brother. Strait began his musical career in high school, playing in a rock and roll garage band called the Stoics at Peel High School. He combined influences from the Beatles and other British rock invasion groups to create his own style. Later, he became interested in country music with musicians Hank Thompson, Lefty Frizzle, Merle Haggard, George Jones, Bob Wills. His style aligns with Hank Williams and Frank Sinatra. Idols. Strait grew up not listening to country music, instead focusing on news and farmers' reports. He was exposed to country music through performances, which were common in every Texas town. This allowed him to gather diverse inputs that would form his unique style. George Strait's music career gained recognition during his college years at Southwest Texas State University in San Marcos. Strait joined the country band the Stony Ridge after responding to a recruiting flyer put across the institution. This was when he began to improve his guitar and voice skills. The band performed in several South and Central Texas nightclubs and pubs, including Huntsville in Houston. Strait renamed the group the Ace in the Hole Band, and before long he became the band leader. They acquired a certain regional popularity and opened for national bands including the Texas Playboys. D Records, an independent label in Houston, gave them the chance to record several singles that Strait had written, including That Don't Change the Way I Feel About You and I Can't Go On Dying Like This. However, the songs did not get any widespread acknowledgement, and Strait continued to work at his family's cattle ranch during the daytime to earn some extra money. Strait continued playing with his band and still had no ties to the music recording industry. He later became friends with Of Wool's, who operated one of the bars where Ace in the Hole Band used to play. Of was a former employee of the major label MCA Records. Woolsey was able to convince some of his contacts in Nashville to come to Texas and listen to Strait and his band play. They were impressed, but later on they could not offer a deal. The thought that they could not market the western swing sound that the band played was the biggest problem they faced. However, Strait continued to visit Nashville in the hopes of landing a record deal and was rejected by every single label. After being exhausted and disappointed, Strait decided to leave music. However, his wife advised him to give it another chance. In February 1981, he signed a recording contract with MCA for one song. If the single was successful, the label would consider releasing an album, Ace in the Whole World. George Strait's band remained with him and toured with him during his solo career. In 1981, MCA Records released his first single, Unwound, which reached number 6 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. It was later included in his first Strait country album. The album included 2 more hits, Down and Out and Coming Home, which were also successful. Strait country was a hit, and critics praised it as a traditionalist alternative to pop. In 1982, Strait released Straight from the Heart, which featured his first #1 single, Full-Hearted Memory, and Amarillo by Morning, a top 5 Western ballad. In 1983, Strait made his debut at the top of the charts. Strait achieved 17 #1 hits during the decade, including 5 from 1983 to 1984 from his following 2 albums. Right or Wrong, his first #1 album, and CMA award-winning album, Do You Ever Think About Fort Worth? After winning the CMA Award for Best Male Vocalist, he released a compilation album of songs from his first 3 albums. In 1985, he released a third #1 album in a series with the Chair song as its top single. In 1986, he received the CMA Vocalist of the Year award and had a #1 album with his fourth album. This period marked a turning point in George Strait's career, elevating him to superstardom and making him a key figure in country music. Despite personal challenges, Strait maintained a steady and calm attitude. He has been married to his wife Norma for decades, and their love story is a classic in country music. George and Norma were high school lovers who eloped on December 4, 1971, after graduating. They married privately in Mexico, and Strait joined the U.S. Army as an infantryman in the 25th Infantry Division at Schofield Barracks in Hawaii. He auditioned for and joined an Army-sponsored program. From 1971 to 1975, Sandy Strait served in the military, reaching the rank of corporal. Despite his military service, his passion for music remained, and he excelled as a performer, launching his successful career in country music. He and his wife Norma have two children, Jennifer, born on October 6, 1972, and George Harvey Strait Jr., known as Bubba. In 1981, their happiness was short-lived as their 13-year-old daughter Jennifer was fatally hit by a car. Narrative of Lori Murray. As an adopted child, Lori discovered her biological father in the 1990s through a private investigator. While Eastwood embraced her once she reached out, it is unknown if he actively sought her or was unaware of her existence before her. Revelation: Eastwood's affair with Roxanne, a stuntwoman Tunis, a 14-year relationship on Rawhide, produced daughter Kimber, which Eastwood initially didn't know was his. This trend of concealing children would repeat again later. Sandra Locke joined the cast in 1972, while Eastwood was still with Johnson, and Locke was married to her childhood friend. Their connection in The Outlaw was evident. Josie Wales and Eastwood had a turbulent relationship that lasted a decade and resulted in lawsuits alleging fraud and broken promises. Locke claimed Eastwood pressured her into having abortions and a two-ball ligation. In a relationship with flight attendant Jacelyn Reeves, Eastwood had two children. After meeting actress Frances Pfizer, Scott and Catherine fell in love at first sight. Despite Locke's presence, they had a happy relationship and had a daughter, Francesca. However, Eastwood's secret affairs and paparazzi photos led to the breakup of their relationship. Eastwood's relationship with Dina Ruiz began in 1992 and led to marriage in 1996 and daughter Morgan. However, a reality show clashed with his private nature, causing Dina to seek support from old friend Scott Fisher. In 2013, Eastwood began dating his ex-wife Erica Tomlinson Fisher, which led to the breakdown of their marriage. In 2015, Eastwood found love with his current girlfriend. Despite enjoying occasions with Eastwood's exes and children, the couple has maintained a private relationship, indicating an agreeable maturity in older years. Speculation about Clint Eastwood's health has grown after 450 days of absence from public view. His last appearance had been in February 2022 at the AT&T Pro Golf Tournament, an event he usually enjoys and held near his home. Even his absence from the 2023 tournament where his son Scott was competing fueled the worry among those close to him. However, Eastwood put these rumors to rest last month with a rare appearance at Jane Goodall's conservationist event in his hometown of Car Smell by the Sea. He was seen smiling, chatting with Goodall, and appeared in good spirits. Photos of the 93-year old legend show him looking healthy with longer hair, a full beard, and a casual yet stylish outfit. This marked a return to the public eye as he's even back behind the camera directing and producing the courtroom drama Juror No. 2. He was spotted on the Georgia set last November, clearly engaged with the work. Eastwood maintains a low-fat, high-protein diet, being mindful of his cholesterol levels, a lesson likely learned from his father, who sadly died young from cardiovascular disease. This healthy lifestyle clearly runs in the family, as Clint's son, actor Scott Eastwood, credits his father as his fitness inspiration. Scott revealed that Clint encouraged him to lift weights as a teen and follows a nutrient-focused diet. Clint Eastwood, whether acting, directing, or spending time with conservationists, refuses to let age define him. Thank you for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated. Bell.